Good morning, ladies. Welcome back. We have our little visitor back here again. Come on over this way. Come here. There he is. He's back there. Going to come up and say hi. Hi there. Hi, sweetie. Hi, my little baby. He's my little partner up here in crime. Unless his father is downstairs with food or something like that, then he wants to be down there with him. But we love him being up here with us. So, I just wanted to say good morning to you ladies, and I thought that I haven't done this in a while. I would show you some of my favorite foundations that I have been using recently that I think are great for mature skin. I did have some other ones that I did place on order from Sephora and different things that have not come in yet. And I will tell you some of the ones that I had in my previous video are still my favorites. I still love the Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation. I still love the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better. And I still love the number 7 one, the anti-aging one. But I didn't want to bring those up. I wanted to bring a couple of different ones up today that I think are good for mature skin. Ladies, as you get older, thicker, full coverage foundations are not always the best for you. If you've got oilier skin, that's fine. And if it's a special occasion, it's fine. When my daughter got married, they put heavier foundation on me. I did end up having to take some of it off because it just didn't look good on my dry, mature skin. So, you want to do something that is a little bit lighter, like maybe a medium coverage. Or if your skin is really good, I would do something light, a thinner consistency, because it's not going to settle into fine lines and wrinkles, which you don't want to happen. So I'm going to give you a couple of quick recommendations. This isn't going to be a very long one. I've got, I think most of them are drugstore. I think I've got 2 higher end ones and the other ones are drugstore, which is fine. There are a couple of other new foundations that I want to try that I didn't get in, a couple that I ordered. I ordered a new NARS light reflecting foundation, which I do love that very much. And there are some other ones that I want to get. Makeup Forever has their new HG foundation, and I want to try that. That's more of a nice medium coverage, and it's not a very thick consistency. So there's different ones out there that I want to try, but these are ones that I have tried, and I know they work well on my drier, mature skin. So I'm going to start out with one of my favorite ones. This one I got mostly for the summertime. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromatic Tinted Glow Hydrator. This is basically more of like a tinted hydrator. And I like that. In the summertime, this is a great one for me. And I shouldn't say just in the summertime, because I do like this. But in the summertime, if I put like a tinted sunscreen on and I'm out and about and I'm not, getting all dressed up or whatever, I will wear something that is a little bit less coverage. It's like a light to medium coverage. And I do like this one. And as you can see, it's a little bit, it's not a real thick consistency. And it blends in to your skin. And a little bit goes a long way. But look at that. It's got some nice coverage. It's got enough coverage. It's a light to medium coverage. It looks dewy. As you get older, ladies, I would not recommend getting a thicker matte foundation. Matte, just if you have drier skin, it's just going to make it look even drier. You want something that's got more of a dewier or satin finish at least to it, because that's going to make you look more hydrated and more alive. And you can see this definitely has a nice dewy foundation to it. So I love that. My other one that is a more of a luxury one is KVD's Good Apple. This one, oh gosh, it's probably been about 7 or 8 months ago, maybe a little bit more. This one everybody was talking about, that they really loved it. And tinted balms are another good one because they're this light, balmy consistency. They're not going to be super high coverage, but again, they're going to blend in. They're more hydrating. That balm gives it a more hydrating feel to it. And I do love that. And I do know hers. It just says it's a skin perfecting foundation balm. And because it is a balm, I mean, it just feels so good on my skin. And you can see it's not settling in to all my cracky skin and everything. So I do love that. Take that off. Those were my two that were like non-drugstore. The rest of these are all drugstore ones because I wanted to try to find some that everyone could afford. So, sticking on the line of the balms, this is another one that went sort of viral. This was the L'Oreal Age Perfect 4-in-1 Tinted Balm, infused with firming serum. So this is one that has skincare in it. So it's a balm and it's got a tint to it, so it's like a foundation, but it also has skincare in it. And I think a lot of companies are trying to do that now because they know you want something good on your skin that's not going to harm your skin, but it's going to be better for it. So you can see, and I've used this a lot. This again, I mean, it just feels so smooth and going on. Again, it leaves more of a dewy or hydrated or satin finish. Now it's going to dry down, so it's not going to be quite as dewy, and it's got pretty much a medium coverage. You can build this up. This is something that you can go back and build it up. I don't think you're going to get full coverage from this, but again, you don't want a heavy foundation. It's going to cover redness. It's going to cover basic things. So I think that makes it a good option. And because it has a skincare in it, it's more hydrating and it's going to be good for drier, mature skin. But when this went viral, there were a lot of YouTubers that had normal to oily skin that were loving this as well. So it's not so like oily or anything that's going to break you out or make your skin even more oily. And anything that is a little bit more hydrating, if you have like oilier skin, just set it with a powder. Powder me, I don't use a lot of powders. I do like powder underneath my eyes lightly just to set that so it doesn't crease. Sorry about that. It's Saturday and everybody's out and about and they're walking their dogs, which is what I have to do after this. And so the dogs are barking at everybody that comes by. So with that, let's move on. Two companies that I love their foundations are L'Oreal and Revlon. Revlon has some beautiful foundations that are good for your skin. And I have two of them up here that I really like. This is the Revlon Illuminance foundation. This is a skin caring foundation. It has 5% squalene and hyaluronic acid in it. Again, it's another foundation that is great for people with mature skin. Whether you have normal, dry, or oily skin, this is great because squalene is an oil that is a very lightweight oil. It's not like a super heavy oil. It's a lightweight one that works good with your skin. And the squalene, and then it's got the hyaluronic acid in it. So that is going to help keep moisture into your skin. They both work very, very well. This foundation here, and you can see when that came out, when that came out, it is a thinner consistency. You can see it starting to run down my hand, but I like that because a lighter weight one is going to be good. And look at that. It's blending in. It's going to have an luminous. That's why it's called a luminous. It's going to have a little bit of a brighter finish to it. It's not going to be a matte finish at all, but I think it looks very good on mature skin. And it sets down and it does last. My criteria for a foundation, I'm not expecting any foundation to last 10, 12 hours. I don't get that. If you have oilier skin, I think you can make foundations last a little bit longer, and I'll explain why. With oilier skin, you can put primers on, and a lot of primers have alcohol in them. And then you can put your foundation on, and then you can put powder on, which is going to help control it, and then you can put a setting spray on. And that's what a lot of people with oily skin do, and it sets it, and it's going to be set. When my daughter got married, that's what they did for my skin, and that's what they did for my daughter's husband's mom or stepmom. And she went and had to take it off. She said, do they not know that all of that on dry skin looks bad? And it does. You can't put a lot of setting sprays have alcohol in them. A lot of powders possibly have talc in them, which is drying. So if you have oily skin that's helping to break through and those things are helping to like stop it, they work together and it helps your foundation stay better. I have dry skin. Now I will wear a primer and I try to find hydrating primers. And I will wear a setting spray sometimes. I use either the MAC Fix-It or the Charlotte Tilbury because I know they are both alcohol free. I try to find a setting spray that doesn't have alcohol in it. If I use any kind of powder on my face, I try to find one that does not have talc and it has things that are good for you and that are not drying. And I will lightly put a little powder under here and maybe on my nose because that does sometimes look a little bit more shiny. But because my skin is so dry, it just seems like it sucks all my foundation in. If I can make it from when I get up at 5:15 and I get home at probably about 5:30, that's 12 hours. And if I get home and my makeup is mostly still on, I think that's a good day. That's a really good day. And I don't expect it to last 12 hours. I get up at 5:15. By the time I'm done with my makeup, it's like 6, doing my hair and makeup and everything, it's like 6:30. And then I get off at 5. If I still have makeup on, and mostly I do, my eye makeup, I never have a problem. That stays on all day. But my blush and everything, if I can get it to stay on through 9 hours, that's a pretty good day. I think most people would say to have your foundation last 9 hours is good. If it only lasts 2 hours and by the time lunch comes and it's gone, that's not a good thing. The products that I'm telling you, they do stay on. Yes, most of them I do put a primer underneath, and I always have good skincare underneath. Ladies, always prep your skin before you put your foundation on. Use your moisturizers, use your sunscreen, and then put it on. Because if you don't and your skin is dry when you put your foundation on, it is definitely going to soak in a lot faster and it's going to wear away faster. So I would definitely recommend that. Always do the right skin prep before you put your foundation on. The other one I love is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Foundation. This one has got a sunscreen in it. It's got a titanium dioxide sunscreen SPF 20 on it. And it also has an antioxidant blend. Antioxidants are great for stopping the free radicals and all the different things and pollutants that are in the air that are harming your skin. The only thing I do not like about this, and I've got the shade 40 Nude in this one, and I got the shade 213, my little labels, 213, which is light natural. And the other one, I always look for a cooler undertone. The one thing I do not like about this one, there's no pump, there's no nothing. It's just a matter of pouring it out, trying to get it just to drop out on my little palette and doing it. That's the one downfall of this foundation. But the plus side of this foundation, so on the cap, is the actual performance of this foundation. And you can see how well that blends into my wrinkly old hand. It's not settling into fine lines and wrinkles. It's hydrating and the antioxidants are great. And it has a sunscreen. Don't use this as your sunscreen. This is an added bonus, so that's better for your skin as well. Okay, now we're going to jump back to L'Oreal. This is one that I know a lot of people love. This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Serum Foundation. So this is part of their Age Perfect line. Of the two, this is definitely my favorite. I love this serum foundation. This has got antioxidants in it as well. It does have a sunscreen in it. It's got, I think it is a chemical sunscreen. Yes, it is. Homosalate, octosalate, octocurline, and it does have titanium dioxide in it. So it has a little bit of a physical sunscreen in it as well. But this one, again, you can see how that just drops out and drips out. It's very thin. You don't want something thick and heavy on your skin. So you want something that is lightweight and going to blend in and give you a natural looking finish. Less is more as you get older, ladies, as far as foundation and some of your products on your skin. If you get something that's thick and heavy and then you put more powder and everything on, it's going to accentuate fine lines, wrinkle, texture. We all get that. But look at these. Look at this. Look how wonderful that looks. And I can do this. I got major wrinkly skin. But when I bend it back, it's not settling into all those fine lines and wrinkles. It just works wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, last but surely not least is the new L'Oreal True Match. This is the new updated version, and I do love it. I loved the old one. I love this one as well. And I am in the shade C2.5 Cool Light Medium. And I got this shade for the summertime when I was using faux tan, so I'm probably going to have to go back and get a little bit lighter color for the winter. But you can see this one. And again, this one has a little bit more coverage, obviously, than like the serum foundation, but rubbing this in, it feels, I hate to say this word, but it feels luxurious. It feels wonderful going in and going on your skin. I like something that's going to feel good on my skin throughout the day. And look at this. And again, it's going to give a radiant finish. It's going to dry down. It will dry down, but it's got nice coverage to it. You can see that it has nice coverage to it, and it's just a nice luminous. It will dry down to a satin finish, so I like that. It's not super luminous. I don't want something that's going to make my skin look shiny, but I don't want something that's going to make it look dry. So I try to find things that have sort of a satin finish so they look more natural. Your skin naturally has sort of a, it's not flat, like totally a flat finish. Sometimes it can be really super oily, so it's shiny. But if your skin is just like the normal texture or normal, like oil, where you're in between normal and dry, or it's got sort of a satin finish. And that's what I like to try to find in a foundation, is something that has a satin finish, because that's going to be the thing that looks the most natural. So those are it. There's only, what did I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 7 of them. I tried to go through them very quickly for you because I know everyone's time is busy. I don't mind. Some of my videos are a little bit longer. They're like 25, 30 minutes, but I like to do some short ones in here too, just so if you have just a couple minutes, like a break at, on lunch or something like that, just to watch something quick and to get some ideas. There are good foundations out there, high-end and drugstore, ladies. Just read the ingredients, do some checking on your own, but I'm going to get some more, there's some more sales coming up, before Christmas. So one of the things I am going to do is try out some new foundations that people have been talking about or I've heard about. I'm going to go into Sephora and Ulta, read some ingredients, and find some different foundations. And I hope to give you another review on some other foundations that I'm loving. But for today, those are the ones that I thought I would share with you. A couple of higher end ones. Not real high end, but pretty moderately to high end. And then the rest are all drugstore. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. Thank you again for stopping by. Thank you for spending some time with me. I do hope while you are here, you will consider hitting the subscribe button, ringing the notification bell, and sharing this video with a friend. Thank you so much for joining me. Go out, have yourself a wonderful, blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video.